forever. Δόξα Πατρί και Υιό και Υιό Πνεύματι και νυν και αεί και εις τους αιώνας των αιώνων. Αμήν. Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison, Kyrie eleison. Des cry egois.
Of your servants, for you are holy, now and ever, and unto the ages of ages. Amen. Καλή όρεξη, ο Θεός να αναπαύει τον Πατέρα Εμμανουήλ και σε όλους σας να δίνει κάθε καλό. May God bless you and give to you all the good things. Enjoy.
Your Eminence, Father John, Father Milton, Lieutenant Alexandra, John, Alexander, Reverend Fathers, friends, and guests. I would just like to take really a few minutes of your time to welcome you to this very special day at the Church of the Holy Resurrection as we gather to remember Father Manny Garcias and to celebrate the future that he envisioned and inspired for our community. I do want to start with a few obligatory thank yous, and Father John already thanked both of us and Leo and his gang, and it's amazing what these people did, and Leo and Tom Atchison were in the kitchen all morning, so I want to echo those thanks briefly. The other thank you goes to everyone with one focus. Everyone has now seen and I have heard our beautiful bells. These bells were possible because of gifts that everyone in this room and beyond our community and friends in honor of Father Manny. So I thank you all for the ability that we could actually have the bells up here. But one person, these bells were a labor of love. He researched, selected, worked with the vendors, worked to get them installed, did everything from day one. And I want to give special thanks to my Makaria because without my ability to on behalf of the community, we want to thank you for everything you've done for us. The last year has been a very difficult year for our community. You were here for us after we lost Father Manny. You were here for Father Manny last year. And I want to thank you again for giving us Father John, who we come in a very short time to love dearly. And we thank you for being so good to us throughout the last year. So I was up this morning at 1:30 trying to figure out what I was going to say. Because, you've all heard me on a few occasions from last year talk about Father Manny, tell Father Manny stories. And I really couldn't think of anything new to say. But then I looked at the clock and I said, 1:30 in the morning, the day before a big event at church. In the old days, I could count on one thing, an email from Father Manny. Usually around 1:45, 12:30, do we have enough seats? Is everything taken care of? Who's doing this? Who's doing that? So of course, I never knew exactly what he wanted me to do about it at 1:45 in the morning if we didn't have things ready. But I would say, yes, Father, we're fine. We usually were fine, probably because you emailed him 50 other people at the same time and reminded him all the things. So what I really wanted to do at that point, what I wish I could have done, was drop Father Manny an email back and say, we're fine, Father. And I thought about it, and I said, Father, a lot has happened in the last year since we lost you. For many years before that, he had been dreaming of this facility which he saw. He was dreaming of chairs. He kept telling us, no pews, chairs. Well, he didn't see the chairs, but Father, I want to write that we have his chairs. He had great dreams for the bell tower. One year, in the middle of construction, I believe it was December or January, there was snow on the ground. He called me to come and take like 3 dozen pictures of the bell tower to send somewhere in Russia because he wanted somebody to start thinking about bells. So Father Manny, I unfortunately didn't know who we wanted to send it to, but we have the bell tower. For years, Father Manny talked about really getting a YAL started. And thanks to a gentleman at this table, Mr. Alexander Garcias, and a few of his close friends, and Harry Jakunas, we have a YAL, Father, thanks to a lot of extraordinary efforts. And Father Manny, from the day you were diagnosed, one of your major concerns is our community keep moving forward, keep expanding, keep doing our ministries, and I think I can tell too by the people we have here today who love him and the community. We you know, Father, you got that done. But I couldn't even on Father Manny last night. I was thinking about it. But instead, I dropped him a note to my good friend of Father Manny, who could not be here today, Bishop Savas. Bishop Savas is on sabbatical. He's in Florence, Italy right now. I dropped him a note, promising him that if he showed me the video camera out there, I promised I'd get the video of the bells up on Facebook for him. But I got an email back from Bishop Savas this morning. I just wanted to read an excerpt from it. What Bishop Savas said was, I wish I could spend a long time and space to be in Brookfield with you all this morning. I'll do the best that's available to be here in Florence by joining with you in prayer. There are always bells ringing in this city. Whenever I hear one, I think of yours and say a prayer for my friend Father Manny. In the house of prayer, we build together. So, I think given how much Bishop Savas is with us and how much he meant to Father Manny, I wanted to let you all know that. And other than that, I'm not going to tell any more Father Manny stories because we all have them. I would just say the same thing I said about a year ago. Think of them, remember your Father Manny moments, and when you do, you keep on smiling. So before I hand the microphone over to Father John, a few orders of business. First of all, I want to repeat words that the community has said last year to Alexandra and John and Alex. We are still beloved members of this community. We are so happy that you're with us, continue to be with us, and we all love you very much. Keep remembering that, okay? At this point, I'm going to announce we have a presentation for John and for Alexander. You guys can both over here by the feminists. I think many of us remember Father Manny's favorite Christmas, and these were the chalice covers made from Father Manny's, the match Father Manny's favorite Christmas, and we have two of them framed, one for each John and Alex.
Oh, that's the chalice cover.
And with that,
Thank you very much, Jim, for your beautiful words. And once again, I thank all of you for being here. This is a testament of how much each and every one of you love Father Manny, your priest for 30 years in this community, the priest that started your parish in Glen Cove, and now we see the fruits of his and your labors. This beautiful facility that will always be the legacy of Father Manny. And I know many of you are parishioners because of Father Manny. Not all of you live in this geographic area. You live in other areas. You can go to churches that are closer to you. But I know many of you, you've told me, you come here because of Father Manny. And I'm reminded of Father Nicholas Makaria, who always says, I've done so many baptisms that I have dishpan hands. Well, for Father Manny, he's done thousands of baptisms, thousands of weddings, probably thousands of funerals, and he's offered his life, as an eminence said in his words today in church. He offered his life, he laid down his life for you, his children, his flock. So I personally, together with my family, we're very honored and privileged to have a predecessor like Father Manny, because there's so many things that I'm confronted with, and after Maria will attest to this, I say, what did Father Manny do? I just want to try to follow the example that Father Manny continually offered. So again, I just want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank Alexandra and Alex and John, because you have welcomed me and my family with open arms. We feel at home here, and all we feel is love and joy and hope for a good and wonderful future. So I want to present something that the Archbishop is going to present to each and every one of you. In honor and memory of Father Manny, we have the bells. But in addition to that, we've also produced, I think, a beautiful portrait of Father Manny that will be on display just up these stairs here in the hallway, in between the narthex and the church office. It's a fitting place, a whole beautiful wall there for Father Manny. So at this time, I'd like the Archbishop, if he could, to please rise and just present this beautiful portrait of Father Manny that will hang in his memory. To offer us a few words.
Well, I would like to add my thanks to all of you for what you are and for honoring today Father Emmanuel. And the honor today is associated with the new bells for the church. And it's such a wonderful thing to have the sound added to the sight. I spoke in many instances, not only in Greece, Turkey, and in places in Europe, about this church here. I say, if you visit, and I said the same thing to the mayor of Brooklyn when he was living today, I said to the people, when you visit New York, if you have a little bit of time, visit a place called Brooklyn. You have to look at the details now to find it. It's not like New York. It's not 9 million. It's not even 900,000. Or even, I don't know how low I could go in terms of population. But it's a place worth visiting. Why? Because there you see, in a very beautiful green place, a church. It's a beautiful sight. Now they have to stop and have also the sound of the bells. And this is a church which is, as I said up in the liturgy, a witness to what a priest dedicated to God and having a beautiful family that is with him, what this priest can do for a church. Now, I mentioned, as I've told you, I mentioned that we were for a week in a special conference, a combination of the leadership of the Orthodox Church and the top academic people, especially in St. Paul and his epistles. And we were visiting places that St. Paul visited and created churches like Ephesus. We are in Ephesus. It's in our Turkish place. We went to the ruins. There is an extensive area of ruins from the time of St. Paul. Unbelievable. I am a New Testament scholar. I never thought I saw this type of thing. I thought it was something primitive. That's a huge area covered with ruins from magnificent monuments. Plus, at the very end of this is the church in which the Third Ecumenical Council in Ephesus took part. That was the council which declared the Panagia Theotokos, the name of Theotokos, was there. So we were there, but no Orthodox people. Just a group of 80 people we were, 5, 6 patriarchs, archbishops, then bishops, metropolitans, approximately 60, 15 professors of New Testament. That was all. Everything was gone. I said, where are you? Here. Then we have a different picture when we went to Rome and Crete. The people on the streets, children with flags, waving, chanting, and clapping hands, an amazing thing. And we said, this is a church. Here is a church. Here are the people, because the church are the people. So today, I must tell you, as I was worshiping with you and thinking of Father Emmanuel, who I mentioned up there, but you might not catch the thing because I spoke Greek. When I was in Crete, it was last Thursday evening after visiting a place called Kalinimenos, where St. Paul stopped on his way to Rome. I was sitting there and a gentleman I knew for years, Papaderos, the name, he said, you know, sir, a clergy, a priest of yours was here visiting the academy, and he started talking about Father Emmanuel. Last Thursday in Heraklion, Crete, of all places. And here I'm sitting with President, I said, yeah, this is Alexander Papaderos. I remember visiting Crete and the place. So all of a sudden the world became very small. You started with Paul, Ephesus, and Smyrna, Derby, and then see only ruins, only memories of antiquity, memories of tremendous missionary work, and then you go to the people and see here is the fruit of the work of Paul, who really did what he did. And, well, that was an experience for me, because I have to tell you, in 6 days, in succession, we went to and have the night sleep in 5 different hotels. I mean, it was amazing. At some point, we said, where are we now? And sometimes you start talking English, but then you say, no, what wrong? This is Rhodes, we know Greek. It was a time, but it was something that showed the power, the energy that the message of the gospel. Okay, now Ephesus and Smyrna and Miletus and Pergamum and Sardis and Thyatira are just cities with no Christian population. There are some crypto-Christians, but no Christian population. But you have plenty of people elsewhere. I don't want to prolong what I would like to say, but I would like to convey to you the very warm greetings and the blessings of the Ecumenical Patriarch. He was there all the time. He was with us and sharing everything. And he asked me, where are you going to be? He said, are you going to have a liturgy on Sunday? I said, yes. But you return Friday night. I mean, how can you have a liturgy Sunday? You will be exhausted. I said, no, I'm not exhausted. Because I'm going to be at a place. And when I said, convey my warmest greetings and blessings to the people of Brooklyn and tell them that I remember Father Emmanuel as one of the very, very bright priests who carried the spirit of our Ecumenical Patriarch name being ecumenical, really ecumenical, really open to everyone. Now I have been told, I did not know, that President told me here, President Alexander, that a rabbi who is trying to do something with his synagogue, he tried to ask Father Emmanuel when he was still with us, can you help me to do something with the synagogue I'm trying to do with these people of the city? They don't allow me. So Father Emmanuel was involved even of securing a synagogue for the Jewish people. So I am glad to convey the greetings and the blessings of our Ecumenical Patriarch and ask you to please continue to be this wonderful and alive church. I'd like to finish with something. Our Christian, not Orthodox, Christian population today is 33% of the total population of the earth, which means 2.2 billion people. In these 2.2 billion, we are almost 300 million people, almost. We were 33% 10 years ago. That's not good. Should be an increase. Why should be an Because 10 years ago, the Muslim population was 13%. And today is almost 20%. They increased by 50% in 8-10 years. And we didn't increase by nothing. So I'm leaving here with this message. We cannot stay with this kind of not attitude. If the gospel is not expanding, something is wrong with it. The gospel should expand. It's a natural phenomenon. You expect, as they say, now I don't want to bring a different, rather negative picture, but you know that the desert of Sahara in Africa is ruthlessly expanding, no way to stop. The sand is increasing and covering more and more just by natural development. The very opposite should happen with us. We should increase our beneficial, our healthy, our beautiful thing as Christians by increasing, not stay with the number we are. So please, I think Father Manny will be more than happy to say yes. That was trying all the time. This is why he took the small community of Black Hawk and with your assistance and your goodwill made this really magnificent place. And this is a, Mr. President, you use the term Χριστέ ο Θεός ευλόγησε την πρόσεχη και την πόση των δούλων σου ότι αγιοσυφάντων. Christ our God